Good morning. So I need to get a little bit fitter before I start. I need to sort a few health issues out, diabetes, pre-diabetes, and won't weights make me bulky? That was a few questions I had yesterday, and it does happen more often than maybe some would think. In that we feel we have to get fitter before we start, which is a really kind of weird thing, because actually the reason why a lot of people start something like FruciFit, something like a fitness kickstart, whatever it is to get fitter. And remember, this is a journey, not like a main event. So the only way you're going to get fitter is by starting. The only way you're going to sort a health issue out is by doing something differently. And sometimes we can use these as a tool to procrastinate. And, we work with a lot of people, and when I look at different people who get different results, there's challenges that happen to both people. One person will go, this has happened, whatever the challenge will be, whether it's a health condition, whether it's family, life, this has happened, and so I'm going to do this instead now. They'll look for a solution, and there'll be someone else who will completely just go, no, I can't do it. And that's a massive thing. And I think probably more important than we give it credit for. Because if you look at the research, there's no evidence that you need to be fitter to start, because you work, as long as you're working at your pace, as long as we adapt it for you, as long as you're working, exercise, training in a way that you can work for you, make it work for you. And the great thing about resistance exercise and using weights is that's a quite simple thing to do and to adapt. Of course, if we're going for a 5-mile run, the only thing you can do is run the 5 miles or walk the 5 miles slower than someone else, which is fine, but obviously you're going to be on your own then. However, great thing about resistance exercise and using weights, whether it's bands, whether it's dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, body weight, you name it, is we can adapt the tempo, we can adapt how many reps you do, how many sets you do, how long you do it for, how much weight you lift, of course. And that brings me to, will it make you bulky? Well, one thing I often say is there's many people out there trying to get bulky by just simply lifting weights, but they can't. And it doesn't happen by accident, is what I would say. And quite often people will, because muscle is more dense, actually shape up, if you like. Their body shape will change because they'll recomposition. So they'll lose body fat via the diet, via calorie deficit, also via exercise as well, as much steps as we can, getting your steps in, walking, getting your exercise in, controlling your diet. Good morning, Jana. But at the same time, we will build muscle, which is more calorie dense. So our weight might, of course, you want it to go down if you're trying to lose weight overall, but if you're gaining muscle, that will more impact your body composition, so your body fat to muscle ratio. And then people say, oh yeah, I can see muscles in my arms, more toned and more defined a little bit more. And that's different from being bulky. Like, bulky could actually also be that we're not in a calorie deficit enough and we've actually got a lot of body fat, potentially. So I wanted to address a few things on this. In at number one, one of the key things and overlooked things about getting results is how you respond to challenges along the way. And those obstacles that come up that we almost respond in a square box with. So it's like, if this happens, I can't do it. So if something gets in the way, that means I'll have to drop my health, my fitness, which I've never seen get results. Maybe I'll be proved wrong. Whereas person B will go, I'll just do this instead. It's not optimal, but I'm going to focus on doing something. Can I get a walk in instead? Can I get some lower weights in instead? Can I focus on my upper body? Because I can't do, because of my knee, I just had a knee replacement. I've got to have a knee replacement. I've got to have an operation, whatever it is. I'm just going to do this instead. Or it might be that, I've been told I can't exercise at all for 4 weeks, but you know what? I'm going to focus on my food a little bit more here. I've been told I can go for walks. This is my plan now. I'm going to go for a plan on here now. See that mindset shift? That in itself is the difference quite often. Not whether you've eaten carbs at dinner or not. It's often that, because that can equal blowout or not blowout. So I hope that helps. What a morning it is. Have a lovely Sunday, and I'll see you soon.